Hi, my name is Aminat Sule. I am the founder of Maison Imaulé, home to Imaulé Okunrin, Imaulé Obirin, and Imaulé Kékére. And today, we are talking money with Busha. My name is Aminat Sule. I am a lawyer, and I practice in entertainment and constitutional law. Then I founded Maison Imaulé, which is a linen-only brand that is produced in Lagos, Nigeria. However, we ship internationally across the globe. Maison Imaulé is home to Imaulé Okunrin, which is Imaulé man, Imaulé Obirin, which is Imaulé female, and Imaulé Kékére, which is Imaulé child. Unemployment and the voice of God. So my last roles were Head of Equality and Access to Justice for the England and Wales Bar and in-house counsel for Event Horizon, which was the parent company of Afro Nation and Rolling Loud in Portugal. Both of my roles came to an end around the same time. And I was like, okay, God, so what's next? And he was like, a linen brand. Bearing in mind, he had told me about this brand in 2019. In 2019, I was in Nigeria. At that time, I was working with Obasanjo. And after that, I now went on to NSARS. I was the lawyer for the International Panel of Arbitration. And I had gone on to do quite a few things. Before the last election, I worked with a set of lawyers and senior advocates of Nigeria to redraft amendments towards the constitution before the last election. Before I went back to London, and then I done Afro Nation and the Attorney General's office in the UK. I was speaking to one of my friends recently, and he's in the entertainment industry, and we were saying that 2023, oh, that was a good year, man. 2023 was a great year. Like, I made the most money I have ever made in my life. I made hard cash. Every day I wake up, I'm like, God, that 2023 year, as in I was like Pablo. Call me Pablo Sule. I didn't think you wanted. I was the sugar mommy of mommies. If you chopped my facility in 2023, you know who you are. And the more facility is coming because God is a God of abundance, and we will make more than we made in 2023 by the grace of God. But so in 2020, I think one thing about me, like having money for me is being able to have freedom to show the people in my life how much I love them. That's the only reason why I want money. I only want money to be able to show the people in my life how much I love them. So you're having a bad day, babes, I've booked you a flight. Come and meet me in Mykonos. You're having a bad day. A man has made you sad. Okay, we can fix that. I'm in Miami. I'll fly you to Miami. Come and meet you. Have a great time. Like, those were the things that I was able to do. And those are the things that genuinely bring me joy and I've always wanted to have money simply because of the access that it gives me to be able to give the people I love the best experiences of life. That's the only reason why I want money. And obviously to make sure that my kids are trust fund babies. But that's the only reason why I actually want to be rich or to be wealthy, as they say, is for those reasons. So I think those years, that was the most money I had ever made in my life. I had done 5 outreaches. I do a lot of outreaches. So I had done 5 outreaches in 2023. I had done Ghana at the beginning of the year. I had done Nigeria. I'd done Jamaica for my birthday. And then I had done Istanbul. And then I had done Lagos again at the end of the year. I think at the beginning of the year, I went to the market in Lagos and I sent people home for the day. So all the petty street traders, I weighed up how much they had made and asked them okay, how much is all your things for the day? And gave them the money for that. Same thing with all the different, I done a HIV school in Ghana with kids that had an orphanage, so kids who had suffered from HIV. So I done an outreach there. So all the money I made in 2023, I gave it away. I gave it all away. Mimi Pablo Sule. One is a one that's flowing. And it's crazy because I had made money in previous years and I had invested that money. I had bought land and invested in crypto. I had done like Ethereum and I had done XRP at the time. Okay. And follow no road though. Follow no road. Because I remember when I invested in crypto for the first time, like I didn't know nothing about it. And I felt like I was too stupid to even know. Like I felt like this thing is too complex. Like let me just follow the people who are investing. And that's what I did. But the time that I had come into a lot of money was in 2023 and I blew it all on the people that I loved, which no regrets. But like, I guess in 2024 when I needed money, not needed because like I still traveled every month of 2024, but that was all on God's grace. And I feel like, I genuinely believe that you shouldn't hoard money. I feel like you shouldn't like, don't be tight-fisted, like money will come, like it always does, especially if you're blessing people and you're doing whatever God has called you to do, money will always come, but I don't feel like you should run after it. Like that shouldn't drive you. And people say, oh, it's only people that have money that say that. Babes, it's not true. It's not true. It's a mindset thing. Like money is abundant and it will always come to you, but you genuinely need to just follow the voice of God and you'll always be taken care of. And so right now, Imaulé is my full financial focus, which is really interesting because like I remember I only stopped applying for jobs in June. We're still in June. In June, this month is when I stopped. And I stopped because I had a conversation with my brother and he said, why are you still wasting your time applying for your jobs? You're not getting a job. And I was like, no, but maybe now, like maybe like God is still like, basically, the reason why I did Imaulé was because I wanted to just satisfy to God that I've tried all. So if you see that I've entered prostitution, you can't judge me because I've done everything that is aligned. I've gone to school, I've studied, I've worked at A, B, C, D, E. I have a CV that speaks for me. And like, okay, if I go into prostitution, at least you should understand, you should give me grace for doing this prostitution work because, you know, this is profitable. It's looking it's looking attractive. A financial habit that I always keep is living below your means. Do you know what I mean? Like living below your means. I think like, especially now with social media, there's a sense of having to prove your worth online or to prove how much you have. I tell people all the time, if you see me in business class, I'm flying family and friends, okay? If you see me in economy, that means I paid full price for that ticket. I only fly family and friends between September to November and February to April. Don't follow me. Don't look at me and think, oh, Annie sits in seat 2A on the plane. I also take a seat in 66F, okay? Don't follow people to lose guard. Like, it's not real. Everything is aesthetics. Everything you see online. I just told you my travel plans. Some people are rocking, oh, how do I afford? Don't follow the crap because you don't know how people are paying for things. You don't know what hacks people are using. And I feel like social media is not an honest place. They're not telling people the real truth of like how their lives are being funded. And then you as a consumer are consuming that content. And now you think it's normal for everybody to be flying business. Now you think it's normal for everybody to be on 5-star holidays multiple times a year. That is not normal. And in fact, we shouldn't be seeing that. That is porn. That is porn for your eyes because you now start to believe that these things are realistic. And it's not real, okay? Like none of it is real. These lifestyles that people are living is only the 1% or the 2% that have access to it. Or like maybe they're a trust fund baby or they've been born into wealth. Like if that's not the case and now you're comparing yourself, you that's on the hustle, you're on the come up, and now all of a sudden you must fly business class, you must fly first. I was literally saying to one of my friends yesterday, I'm short, I'm 5'1". If I curl up in that economy seat, baby, I'm gonna be comfortable. I'm even fighting for the 1 on top of the 5. I'm gonna be comfortable, right? And I think it's really important to live within your means because otherwise, one thing I know is that people will respect you for it because you're honest. And I think anybody that doesn't respect you for living within your means, you should not even be near. Because what is going to happen is you will start to live a life that you cannot sustain. Convenience. I don't pray about inconvenience. Like, I hate inconvenience. And I splurge on it to the fact that it is, I think now is actually a deficit. I'm very impulsive, right? And I think Nigeria doesn't help. But I carry that same impulsiveness to wherever I go in the world. Being impulsive in Nigeria doesn't cost too much. When you're impulsive in places like London or New York, it will run you in pretty penny. And I'm very like, if I want something now, I want it now. I'm going to get it now. Like, how much does it cost for it to be done now? I'm not the greatest at delayed gratification for things that I imminently want. And like, all things need to align for me to get that thing that I want. If I want it, especially like, I can't really explain it. It's not shoes and bags, right? Yeah. It's not like materialistic stuff, but it's like, for example, like, I've done things in the past where like, I need to get to a country, I haven't booked a flight, I can book a flight at the airport. And whatever flight is available is what I have to book. Whatever class that is, do you know what I mean? So I'm very impulsive, like I'm very like, if I want something and it's not necessarily, I wouldn't recommend it. I'm working in, because yeah, that's not how you steward what God has given you, so I need to do better at that. I've made previous investments that I've alluded to in this conversation, but at this particular point, I'm currently on the grant list for Bank of God, and he's giving out grants in abundance with no credit history, so I'm really grateful. I'm currently in partnership with him, so if anybody knows how to speed up that process, I would be really grateful. I'm really, really, really grateful as a beneficiary, because I don't know if there are any organizations that give grants to people like myself without having to do long terms and conditions. But I know that there is a Bank of God that I'm currently tapping into very seriously about. And how are my investments going? I haven't invested anything for the last year and a half. All my money is still in Imaulé, so I pray that you buy it. I hope you like it. Don't buy it if it's inconvenient, because you don't want to go into debt to buying the clothes. It's not necessary. Your price is your price. Your price is your price. Like, literally, that's all it is. Full stop. Your price is your price. I think, and to elaborate on it, like, your product should justify your price. Once your product has justified your price is your price. Be willing to walk away from things. Not all money is good money. Not all money is good money. People will tell you all money is good money. Me personally, I do not believe all money is good money, because I feel like once you have established yourself to a degree and you have put enough work into your product and you are sure that the customer satisfaction is at the front of your value chain, your price is your price. I prayed about this interview before I came to it, and this like Yoruba proverb has been in my head like all day, and it's alejolo, like money is a visitor, right? And you have to take harvest of the money when it comes. You need to be economical with the money when it comes. That you need to be a good steward of the money, right? And right now I'm putting in financial models in place to ensure that I'm a good steward of the money, because now, for example, I'm like an empath. I am very sympathetic, so I tend to just give very freely, which is good to an extent, but then there also need to be financial models that are in place to ensure that you don't give away all your assets. And I think that it's really important to take harvest and be a steward of money when it comes, whether or not that's diversified, putting it back into business, but you have to clearly see where the money is going. There has to be a money trail. So creating a money trail that you could keep stock of, that you could keep within internally your business, ensuring that you have the right bookkeeping is really, really essential. Because yeah, like Adejolo, there can be a lot of money now, and then there's a rainy season that's going to come. So you also have to be a steward and prepare for the rainy season. Thank you so much to the team at Busha for having me on Talks with Money. Thank you so much to Gather House. I literally live here, okay? Gather House is an organization run by 3 amazing women. And this is a women-led business. It is not for only women, okay? Men, come inside, come to Gather House. There are so many female brands that are here. It is all women-led brands. There's Gary on the wall. There are lovely skincare brands. There are clothing brands here as well that you can come in and you can shop from. All female-led brands, but they also do cater to men as well. It just means, men, you are investing in your women, as you should be. You ought to be investing in your women. So come to Gather House in Lagos, Nigeria. It's an amazing spot for you to come and work, chill, have lunch, get a matcha like I always do. And thank you all for listening to me yap. And thank you all for watching me talk money with Busha.